Right, the Trojan.
Yeah, we've had a lot similar, of course, but mainly BMW Isetta. We've had a few Heinkels. I don't actually remember having another Trojan, but we must have done. We would have done.
We would have, yeah.
We would have done, I'm sure. But they're all built on the same style, aren't they? Really, and I feel a bit really for the Germans post-war. I know they deserve punishment and that, but they were only allowed to build things like this after the war. A bit of a shame, really. Their industry was tremendously restricted, but they've done well, you think, where they've got to today, haven't they, really? From nothing again, built from nothing at all. So you've got to admire them. And this is one of their products anyway, the Trojan. And it's great. I mean, well, I picked it up yesterday from a gentleman down in Suffolk, together with his scooter, which we'll do in a minute. And he's had it some time. He was telling me he gave 12,000 for it 2 or 3 years ago or whatever. Hasn't used it much, bit of a whim, but he was out in it yesterday. He was driving it before I came back yesterday, and I didn't drive it, and I'm not too interested in really. And I think with the way the prices are gone, I mean, this and a decent Isetta 7 or 8 years ago would have been pushing up towards 15 grand, believe it or not. They'd have definitely been 12 or 13 or 14, really up there. They were really, really sought after. Then all of a sudden they dropped off. I suppose maybe it's because there's only a certain amount of people want a particular type of car. And once they've got one, you exhaust that customer base. You know, you're sort of up the creek, aren't you, really? Anyway, I think it will do somewhere between 8 and 10, personally. You know, it's not mint, it's not immaculate, but it's all right. And it's got, you know, a nice colour scheme, nice interior and such like, soft top, as we know. And I was trying to think of the name of that engine. It's something like Heikel, something on that. I can't remember, but you can see the H on it, look. And they are reckoned to be a brilliant engine, really, really brilliant engine. And in the pecking order, I ain't too sure how it stands, you know, but I think if you ask three-wheeler people, you know, like 1, 2 and 3, Heinkel, Isetta, Trojan, I think Heinkel might be at the top, you know, followed by maybe Trojan and then Isetta at the bottom, you know. I've got a feeling, I know it's BMW, but I've got a feeling it might be that way. Going by their industry pre and during war, I mean, Heinkels were massive manufacturers, hence the planes and such like, you know. Anyway, this is what it is, and there's a cut-off switch down there by the looks of it, Jack. You can see a red switch. So it's in for the next sale. I genuinely think it's going to make somewhere between 8 and 10. Do come along and have a look, because it's a nice little motor, and there's not a lot of difference between this and an Isetta. I would think these just be possibly a little bit more roomy. I'll tell you the biggest thing, and just a little bit more, what can you say, a tiny bit rarer, and then maybe a little bit more desirable. And I'll tell you the best thing about it, look at that. How about that? You know what I'm looking at?
Not a clue.
The steering ain't moved.
Oh, right, oh, I see, yeah.
A lot better for getting in
Yeah,
and out,
easier
you know,
access.
you get all of that steering and you start, you know, hanging on to that and sitting down the seat. Before you know where you are, boof, you're over on your back. But I couldn't find any brakes, and I'm fairly sure that's the brake pedal. You know, so don't look as though we got any. So I don't know, he was out in it yesterday, but anyway, he was. Got to be in it. So there you go. It wants what you see, and I think it's going to prove a really, really popular little motor.
Good.
Bye-bye.